In the elder days of Britain, when the mists of enchantment lay thick upon the land, there was a tale that would be told for ages to come. It is a tale of valor and chivalry, of darkness and light, of a knight whose heart was as pure as the driven snow. This is the story of Sir Percival, the knight of King Arthur's Round Table. Chapter 1. The Summoning of the Knight. The world was young, the mountains green. No stain yet on the moon was seen. In the time of which I speak, Camelot stood resplendent, its banners catching the golden light of the sun as it rose above the realm of King Arthur Pendragon. It was a time of peace, yet a shadow lingered, ever watchful, ever hungry, in the corners of the world. In the great hall, where the Round Table held court, a summons was sent forth, carried on the wings of destiny. It called to one who dwelt in the quiet glades of the forest, a knight of singular purpose and purity of heart. Sir Percival, the Grail Knight, he was named, for it was his destiny to seek that which others could not even fathom. The air was crisp with the promise of adventure as Percival, garbed in armor that shone like the surface of a still lake under the moonlight, made his way to Camelot. His steed, a creature both loyal and brave, bore him swiftly through the whispering woods and across the rolling fields that stretched like a patchwork quilt beneath the azure sky. Upon his arrival, the gates of Camelot opened as if by some unseen hand, and the knight was greeted by the heralds with trumpets that sang of honor and glory. The eyes of the court were upon him as he dismounted, his presence commanding the silence of the awestruck assembly. King Arthur, seated at the head of the Round Table, rose to welcome Sir Percival. His voice, deep and resonant, filled the hall. "Sir Percival, your quest has reached my ears, as has your unwavering courage. The time has come to set forth upon a journey that will test the very mettle of your soul." The knights gathered around, their faces a tapestry of the many realms and peoples of Britain, united under Arthur's banner. Among them, Sir Lancelot's gaze was keen, Sir Gawaine's smile encouraging, and Sir Galahad's nod solemn. They knew the weight of the task that lay before their brother in arms. Percival knelt before his king, his head bowed in reverence. "My king, I am but your humble servant. Command me, and I shall obey." Arthur placed a hand upon Percival's shoulder, his touch firm and sure. "Rise, Sir Percival. You are to seek the Holy Grail, the cup of Christ himself. It is said that only the purest of heart may behold it. You must journey far, beyond the edges of our known world, into the realms of peril and enchantment. Go with the blessings of Camelot, and may the light of the Grail guide you." Thus, with the eyes of the court upon him and the weight of destiny upon his shoulders, Sir Percival set forth upon his quest. The summoning of the knight had begun, and with it a chapter of legend that would echo through the halls of time, a testament to the courage of the purest knight of the Round Table. Chapter 2. Through the Whispering Woods. The world was gray, the mountains old, the forge's fire ashen cold. No harp was rung, no hammer fell, the darkness lay on paths and dell. For Sir Percival, the Whispering Woods were the first trial of his arduous journey, a place where the trees themselves held ancient secrets, and the air was thick with the remnants of old magic. The woods were alive with murmurs, each leaf and twig seeming to speak in hushed tones of the night's passage. The canopy above was a tapestry of green and gold, filtering the sunlight into a mosaic of light and shadow upon the forest floor. Percival rode with vigilance, for the woods were said to be home to spirits and creatures that watch from the unseen corners of the world. As night descended like a velvet cloak upon the land, Percival found a clearing bathed in the ethereal glow of the stars. He dismounted, his armor clinking softly in the stillness, and made camp beneath the watchful gaze of the ancient trees. The fire he kindled was a beacon of warmth in the cool night, its flames dancing like sprites to an unheard melody. In the quiet of the night, Percival pondered the weight of his quest. The Holy Grail was an enigma, a sacred relic that had eluded many a brave soul. Yet, within his heart, a flame of hope burned bright, for he believed that purity and faith would guide him where strength and might could not. As the embers of his fire waned, a soft voice whispered through the woods, ethereal and barely perceptible. "Percival," it called, a susurration that seemed both within and without. He stood, hand on the hilt of his sword, peering into the darkness. "Who speaks?" he demanded, his voice steady despite the chill of uncertainty. "Seeker of the Grail," the voice replied. "Your path is watched by more than mortal eyes. Be true, be brave, and you may yet find what you seek." With no form to address, Percival could only nod, accepting the cryptic counsel of the woods. He knew that the path ahead would be fraught with trials both physical and spiritual, and that each step would bring him closer to the divine or cast him into despair. As dawn broke, casting a golden light upon the whispering woods, Sir Percival donned his armor once more. He mounted his steed, a sense of renewed purpose in his heart. The voice of the night lingered in his mind, a reminder that he was not alone in his quest. With the first rays of the sun piercing the canopy, the knight rode forth, the woods seeming to part before him in silent reverence. The journey through the whispering woods was but the beginning, and many leagues lay between him and the Grail. Yet Sir Percival rode on, his spirit undaunted, for he was the Grail Knight, and his story was one of legend, woven into the very fabric of the land. And so, through the whispering woods he went, a solitary figure against the vastness of the world, his quest for the Holy Grail carrying him ever onward, into the annals of time and the heart of the unknown. Chapter 3. The Keeper of Secrets. The world was old, the light waning, as shadows grew long upon the land. The air was filled with the scent of ancient pine and the whisper of leaves that spoke of ages past. Sir Percival, the Grail Knight, rode forth from the whispering woods, his heart set upon the path of destiny that wound before him like a serpent through the wilds of Britain. The sun hung low in the sky, a fiery orb casting its dying light upon the realm as Percival entered a valley shrouded in twilight. Here, the world seemed to hold its breath, and time itself appeared to pause in reverence for the tale that was to unfold. In the midst of the valley stood a solitary figure, cloaked in the very essence of mystery. This was the Keeper of Secrets, guardian of the threshold between the known and the unseen. The Keeper's eyes, ageless and deep, held the wisdom of countless eons, and they fixed upon Percival with an intensity that pierced the knight's soul. "Sir Percival," the Keeper's voice was like the rustling of leaves, both gentle and foreboding. "You tread upon a path that few have dared to walk. What is it that you seek so fervently that you would venture into the realm of secrets?" Percival dismounted with the grace of one who has known many battles, his gaze never leaving the Keeper. "I seek the Holy Grail," he replied, his voice resolute. "I seek the cup that holds the blood of Christ, for it is my destiny to find it and bring hope to a world that teeters on the brink of darkness." The Keeper nodded, as if the answer was known before the words were spoken. "The Grail is indeed a thing of power, a beacon of light in the shadow. But know this, brave knight, The path to the Grail is fraught with perils that will test not only your courage, but the very purity of your spirit. With a gesture, the keeper revealed a path that wound deeper into the valley, where the mists of time seemed to coalesce into a tangible veil. Beyond this point, the secrets of the world will reveal themselves to you. Some will be a balm to your soul, while others will be as thorns in your side. Will you walk this path, Sir Percival, knowing that what you discover may change you forever? Percival met the keeper's gaze, his own eyes reflecting the fire of his conviction. "I will," he affirmed, "for my heart is true and my purpose is clear. I am prepared for the trials that await, and I shall not falter." The keeper stepped aside, and the path lay open before Percival. "Then go forth, Grail Knight, and may the secrets you uncover lead you to the truth you seek." As Percival walked the path, the valley seemed to come alive with whispers of the past and visions of what was yet to come. The air shimmered with the power of the secrets it held, and the knight felt the weight of unseen eyes upon him. Yet he did not waver, for his quest was righteous and his will unbreakable. The Keeper of Secrets watched as Sir Percival disappeared into the mists, a lone figure against the tapestry of fate. The guardian knew that the knight's journey was far from over, and that the secrets he would encounter were but the beginning of his true test. And so, Sir Percival ventured deeper into the valley, where the secrets of the world awaited him, each one a step closer to the Holy Grail. His tale was one of courage and faith, a story that would be woven into the very fabric of legend, for he was the Grail Knight, and his quest was a beacon of hope in an age of uncertainty. In the twilight of his quest, Sir Percival, the Grail Knight, came upon a glade untouched by time's relentless march. Here, the air was still, and the world seemed to hold its breath in anticipation. The knight, weary from his journey, felt a calmness settle upon his soul, as if the very earth whispered words of solace to his heart. Before him, bathed in a celestial light that pierced the gloaming, stood an altar of ancient stone, and upon it the Holy Grail. It was not as men had spoken of it, adorned with jewels and gold, but rather a simple cup, radiant with an inner light that spoke of its divine nature. Percival approached, a sense of awe enveloping him, for he knew that this moment was the culmination of all he had endured. As he reached out to touch the Grail, a warmth spread through his being, a purity that washed over him like the first light of dawn. In that instant, he understood the true nature of his quest. It was not the cup itself, but the journey he had undertaken, the trials he had faced, and the strength of his unwavering faith that had led him to this sacred place. The Grail Knight, his heart now as full as the cup before him, felt a profound peace. He had found the Grail, but more importantly, he had discovered the depths of his own spirit. And in that hallowed glade, as the stars above began their nightly vigil, Sir Percival knew that his tale would be a beacon of hope, a story to inspire all who seek the light amidst the shadows. Thus, the Grail was revealed, not just as a relic, but as a testament to the enduring power of purity and faith. And Sir Percival, his quest complete, became a legend, his name forever etched in the annals of time, a symbol of the eternal search for that which is most holy within us all.